Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Gamecocks will get us started with the opening kickoff. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. A first down for the offense. Here's the handoff. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
Wide receiver shows motion. Looking for a man. It's Rashada. He'll take a deep shot here. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. The throw to the outside is complete. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. Quarterback will audible. On fourth down, looking to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Woolen. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Complete to the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Rashada. Throws for the tight end. Fires into traffic, picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And I tell you what, defensively, you want to set the tone, and you gave up a few plays, but bowed your neck, got a big turnover. That's what you dream about. You dream about forcing a turnover, especially on the first possession. Offense, it's your turn.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Open space at the 25. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Got a lot of running room. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. And once he got loose, it was all over. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time on target. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
To the air, it's Rashada. Quick strike complete. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll throw it on first down. Quarterback adapting. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll be brought down. Line getting set on 2nd down.
South Carolina, 7, Georgia, 0.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Georgia lining up to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Might as well give it to him again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
They'll leave it with him. Shakes off the defender. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
On the run, it's Hurley. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Going up top on first down. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Give to the running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is even bigger. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Right back to him on the ground. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. The give. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, that linebacker timed that so well. I'm surprised the running back actually held onto the football after that big hit. They are so lucky. Wow.
The Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just
a full dive to haul that one in. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
Makes his connection. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. You saw that right there.
Georgia going up tempo.
And credit to the offense, sticking with the run, but man, it's not working. And this defense is not budging. And we've seen them all season. They've been so dominant. I do think it's going to have to come through the air. And you're going to have to turn your quarterback loose, let him rip the football, because this defense is so stout against the run.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot, and now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Feeling some heat. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Oh, he's going to remember that one for sure, man. He did a nice job getting outside the pocket, but at that point now, he's got to be on high alert. He knows this defense is going to be coming flying at him. He'll be doing a better job sliding.
And that pass picked off. Got room on the return. And he's brought down, but this interception, a huge play to end this quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, South Carolina 10, Georgia 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Through the air, it's Rashada. He turns that loose down the right side. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Finally, the offense is able to come up with a big play. Where's that been all game long? I mean, a goose egg right now on the scoreboard. You just got to wonder, though, is it just too little too late?
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
South Carolina.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Nice throw, nice catch, and I think we're going to see and hear a lot of that guy to that guy. A touchdown catch in game one, now a touchdown catch in game two. They're going to continue to find that playmaker throughout this season.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Utah is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned. They're up by 21 over Oklahoma. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Gonna run it. It's Hurley. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Dogs! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play in the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fair catch, called for and made. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Leaves it with the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to get the first through the air. They're trying to get to it. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
At the 20, he's got space. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for room. It's Spears. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
The inside handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
Back in the old days when they used to kick it back and forth just to play defense, is that what we're doing here? An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, 1st down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. And here's the third interception of the night.